Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's the Goddess Naturally. Over here at Divinely Guided Goddess Reads LLC. And I'm back with another video. Hey, Pisces, tap in, check in. We're going to pull one card for Pisces today. All right, spirits, ancestors, guys. What messages are for Pisces today? What message? Whoa, I'm not taking that many. I'm only taking one. All right, that's it. At the bottom, we have Snow White, which says purity. Okay. This card, let's see. Hansel, 4. Number 4, survival. And purity is Snow White, number 1. And Pisces, these are fairly new cards to me. And yeah, these are fairly new cards to me. So we're going to be reading this out of the book. And I love Lucy Cavendish's card decks. All right, let's read Hansel's survival. When the moon came, they set out, but they found no crumbs. For the many thousands of birds which fly about in the woods and fields had picked them all up. Hansel said to Gretel, "We shall soon find the way." But they did not find it. This tale, with its horror and cruelty, is one of the fairy tales that lodges in our minds and stays with us our whole lives. These two children are not lost, nor do they accidentally come across hardship. They are most deliberately abandoned by their natural father and stepmother, and it is the stepmother who persuades the natural father to let his children starve to death or be attacked by animals and thus become food themselves. This painting of Hansel is almost like the first part of passing the terrible test these children are undertaking throughout the tale. It is about intellect and brains when under threat. It is Hansel who first outthinks his father and stepmother and leaves behind the trail of breadcrumbs throughout the forest. He sacrifices their last food so he can find their way home. But the second time, he cannot help them find their way home. He is the courageous brother who confronts the terrible problem despite his fear. Because this is one of the great messages of this tale. Everything that takes place within this tale is horrifying, and yet everything is met with equal measures of teamwork, truth, and fear. They are abandoned, deserted, and then they are nearly devoured. And it is Hansel's hunger that leads to him making the dangerous mistake of being drawn to the cottage. But within the cage, he still faces his fear and uses his wits again to fool the witch who wishes to eat him and his sister. In this way, the tale shows you that you too must find a clever way to outwit those who will harm you at the moment. You must combine your wits, your ability to think fast, access your inner genius, and outthink those who will endanger or disadvantage you. You do not want to be gullible. You must not be foolish. You have to develop courage, and the situation you currently find yourself within gives you the opportunity to truly be better. There is almost an opportunity to work as a team with another who is equally disadvantaged at this time. Be shrewd, be wise, feel your fear, for this will inspire dread. But know that your quick wits can overcome this great challenge at this time. Is it fair? Not at all. It is right. Nothing could be less true. Does this matter? No, it does not. In this situation, you must use the energy of your fear to inspire the quickest, smartest thinking and action you have ever taken. Meanings: clever ideas and practical know-how, planning and following through. You are an inspiration to others. You have leadership skills. You have compassion and caring heart. You have the qualities of an activist. You are one step ahead of those who would harm you. So Pisces, you are one step ahead of those who will harm you. And I love those stories. But you are one step of those who will harm you. There could be situations where you could be lured into doing things because you are hungry, or people have left you to starve, or you just in a survival mode, or people put you in a survival mode deliberately. Pisces. But you've always been 10 steps ahead or steps ahead of this, not able to fall into the trick and traps. And you are a leader. But don't be tempted to go into places that are not good for you because there is a need. Keep your wits about you. Keep your integrity close to you as well. What will you do and what won't you do in order to survive? I feel like you're protected either way, Pisces. We got Snow White down here, which is purity. And I'm going to read that one as well. Card 1. Also a number of leadership as well. While the queen was sewing and looking out of the window at the snow, she pricked her finger with the needle and 3 drops of blood fell upon the snow. And the red looked pretty upon the white snow. And she thought to herself, would that I had a child with skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? One of the deep things of the story of Snow White is that of being betrayed by those who you believe to be family, those who have come closer to you than any others before, and in whom you have placed trust of your life. And it is those who claim to care most about you who are in most danger of casting you out, rejecting you, or hurting you at present. Before you were any kind of threat to their status, they loved you and they cared for you. But now you are more of a rival to them. You have risen slowly through no fault or flaw of your own and are seen as an impediment to their own standing. So cast you out they shall, and destroy you they will, if they can get close to you again. They have taken their true affection for you and twisted it, their jealousy a bile in which love has turned to resentment, and for which you are no more responsible than the sun coming up each day is responsible for the moon growing paler in the sky. If this card comes to speak with you, be aware that you are leaving an idealized version of family and home behind. You will be sent far from home, but this adventure and journey into what you fear will be the making of you. There will be strong companions along the way, and they will stand by your side no matter how hard this new path becomes. You will be guarded and blessed and watched over again and again. And while there will be attempts to harm you, not a single one will permanently mark or taint you. The one vulnerability you have is failing to recognize malevolence in all its disguises. For one will offer a gift with it, which is tainted, which could harm you and cause you to forget your purpose. Even if this does take place, you will return to memory and wisdom and your true path once again, with you recreated an authentic family by your side. Snow White is a tale of a young woman who is acceptable until she reaches maturity in beauty and form, thus placing the light of the queen, her stepmother, in the shade. A plot to kill her by striking through her heart cannot work, as the huntsman sent to destroy her recognizes her innocence. Above all, we all left with a sense of uncorrupted innocence. Even when wisdom is gained through all of its trials of her test within the enchanted forest, even her time asleep in a brittle womb of the glass coffin goes wrong, and she survives, and through the test of her time in the wood, pursued by the huntsman, befriended by the gnomes, the men, the miners, the animals, the birds are all drawn to her heart. It is your innocence and your uncorrupted heart, the beauty of your character that will shine through this time. Even when others will grow bitter and do harm, you do not and will not. Yet you do gather wisdom to you and come forth reborn, stronger, loved, mature, and ripened in the light of experience. You have looked upon evil, but it has not made its way into you. This is a great triumph indeed. And the meaning, Pisces, is triumph of the pure heart, rejection, rivalry. Attack cannot change you. You are trustworthy and loving. Animals are naturally drawn to you. You will have many lifetimes before you die. You will survive great tests. You are good to all. Your kindness will be rewarded. So in each card, the pattern that I noticed is that you could have been lured or tempted by some things. And you could have even been gullible or just have a kind heart, Pisces, and gave people the benefit of the doubt. And these people tried to harm you. These places, these things tried to attack you, to knock you off your square for jealousy. And they did it intentionally. They done it intentionally. But your light and your purity, and it shines bright. You're 10 steps ahead of people intellectually because you're led by the Spirit. And your light shines really bright, Pisces. And others may take that as a direct threat to their own lights. They may want to be the center of attention, and your light shines too bright to allow them to do that. And they could try to harm you. But you are protected. You are very protected, Pisces. You are protected in the physical and the spiritual realms. Continue to be light and shed light in dark places. Continue to be joyful and peaceful. And in situations where you could have done harm to others, you chose not to. You couldn't. You wouldn't. It goes against your very soul or who you are or your mission for even being here on this earth. Yeah, this is your cards for today, Pisces. Thank you so much for tuning in to Divinely Guided Goddess Reads, LLC. If you haven't already subscribed, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. To all my returning subscribers, y'all know I love y'all, and I'm sending you nothing but love, like peace and positive energy. With that being said, look, catch the goddess in another video. Peace.